Eric, Jerome, Ezekiel, Kendricks being snubbed by the Pro Bowl is perhaps the biggest miscarriage of justice in recent American history. Yet another reason why people shouldn't be allowed to vote on anything. Anything. All right, so let's talk about today. Also, talk about you subscribing. Come along for daily Vikings takes. Also, the Drums Know That Like is already in. Helps new people find the show. Also, subscribe to us on Twitch as well as on the Facebook. After we get kicked off of YouTube yet again for spreading all this hate speech of speaking truth to power about this historical slight that will not be taken lightly. All right, so Pro Bowl voting was announced on Tuesday night, and the NFC's inside linebackers, Bobby Wagner of the Seahawks, as well as Luke Kuechly from the Panthers, yada, yada, yada. Now, this isn't going to be just looking to bash those two, to prop my guy up, try and make your building the tallest by knocking down taller buildings, which, by the way, my building right now is taller than those two buildings, but whatever. But no, this isn't going to be that. Big respect to both of them. Careers have been amazing. But also in this voting process, both are pretty just lazy legacy picks. It's like Earl Thomas. It's like, oh, Earl Thomas going to make Pro Bowl again? Okay, sure, why not? Name brand recognition goes a long way in these popularity contests. And Kuechly has made 7 straight Pro Bowls, has been an All-Pro 5 of the last 6 years. Bobby Wagner has now made 6 straight Pro Bowls and has been an All-Pro 4 of the last 5, so respect there. But also, just because they are those household names, they're name brands, it's easy voting. It's like death, taxes, the NFC inside linebackers are going to be Luke Kuechly and Bobby Wagner. Check, check. And that's how it's been the last couple of years. There hasn't really been a contender for the throne until this season, until Eric Kendricks stepped up and started kicking some ass. So currently, the Pro Bowl voting breaks down like this. It's a third coaches, it's a third players, and it's a third fans. You probably saw it on social media. It's like, hashtag Pro Bowl vote, CJ Ham. Yeah. But fans are going to be whatever. Like, they'll pick off the biggest names, or like do that. Or here's what happens, is that they'll vote a ridiculous amount for their own players, and then they'll just fill in the boxes of anyone who's not their rivals or people that they hear are good. So that's how you get. You tell me like a Dolphins fan is really grinding Seahawks and Panthers and Vikings tape. They're like, you know who I hear is good, or you know who I hear the national media telling me is good? Oh, Kuechly and Wagner, of course. Check, check. So, but also if you're an AFC coach, how much time are you really dedicating to NFC tape that isn't teams that you're playing that year, or a player as well? So you do, to a degree, go off a reputation. So it's not exactly like all the coaches and all the players. No. I mean, if you're bogged down, if you're in your own micro world, you tell me that a Texans player play any of those? All right. So say you're on a team that does not play the Vikings or the Seahawks or the Panthers that year. Say you're playing the AFC East, right? So, say you're playing the NFC East that year on the schedule. So how deep are you getting into Kuechly and Wagner and Kendricks film? No, you're probably just you're doing your job. You're doing all that stuff. You watch SportsCenter highlights or NFL Network highlights, and that's about it. That is it. So they go by narratives and name recognition, just like fan to a degree as well. So when they vote, it's like, oh, it's Kuechly. Oh, it's Wagner. It's like, what is the most popular fast food burger out there? Oh, it's McDonald's. Oh, it's Wendy's. Oh, it's this. Even though there's a bunch of other much better ones coming up. Oh no, better one is like, oh, what's the best burrito in America? Chipotle. It's gotta be Chipotle. It's been Chipotle for a while. Chipotle is Kuechly and Wagner, even though there's some other much better ones out there. Qdoba for life. That is all. So this reminds me a lot of when Harrison Smith was having that amazing 2017 season where he was PFF's highest graded safety ever at like 98.8 or something ridiculous like that. And he didn't make the Pro Bowl on the first vote. Yeah, all of the people, all of the coaches, all of the players in their infinite wisdom were like, hey, 22? Yeah, screw that guy. But then he was a first-team All-Pro because AP writers actually pay attention instead of just hang out with all those dangling chads or hanging chads or whatever. So Eric Kendricks right now, currently PFF's number 1 graded linebacker in all of football at a 90.7. Kuechly is 5th. Wagner is 24th at a 68.5. And just for context, around 60 is average. Kendricks is also second overall in the league with a run defense grade of 90.0. He's also fourth in the league with a coverage grade of 85.9. He leads all linebackers with an insane 12 passes broken up. So he's just been phenomenal this year in the middle for the Vikings, both as a tackling machine as well as in coverage. Picking up running backs and tight ends out of the backfield. And he's been great. He's phenomenal. Eric Kendricks should be in the All-Pro discussion IMO, and also he should firmly be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation as well. And yes, I know, Pro Bowl is stupid, but it does come down to respect. It does come down to respect and recognition. And also, how do you get more respect and recognition? You get a little something to begin with. Because eventually, like say Kuechly and Wagner fall off, and then Eric Kendricks ends up being a Pro Bowler for X number of years, or All-Pro for X number of years, just following in their footsteps as well. It's got to start somewhere. Why not start this year? But also, Kendricks won't be an alternate in the Pro Bowl this year because the Panthers ain't going anywhere. So Kuechly is going to be in that game, probably lead the team in tackles, go NFC or whatever, however they pick the teams nowadays. And then the Seahawks will be one and done the playoffs. So Bobby Wagner's playing that game with bells on. Cool. Have fun at Orlando Camping World Stadium. Great, because the Vikings will be in a different Florida city preparing for a certain game in the city of Miami. City of Dreams, and also cocaine. Yeah, saying it. But make no mistake, Eric Kendricks this year is the heart and soul of the defense. On a Vikings defense that's been a little bit challenging this year, because think of how bad the Vikings defense would be without Eric Kendricks. Just holding it together with duct tape and a prayer. And that's all. But Kendricks, snub, it rubs me the wrong way. Your thoughts, let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe Daily Vikings Takes. You want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skull, production value.